Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane. And today I have for you a 1 versus 1 on Semois. Yes, indeed. Bit of the basic match variant, not the auto match, since, well, it's all bright. So who shall be fighting here in the northern corner? Yes, indeed, we are seeing damn evil vicious mouse once more. Yes, I know it's going to be another one of those games. Again, I've got 50 replays or so I've got quite a bit to go for. In particular, I got a huge series with him and Contador, so that's actually quite some of the more juicy games, I rather feel. So of course I'll in fact be featuring one of those during the week, and again I'll be having quite a few of those probably also brought up sometime during the next year, unless a patch arrives all suddenly ruining my business. But nonetheless, plus I might be getting other high level casts again, sort of recommend it to all your friends, get them to send in. Of course also the high level ones, do your best, the more replays the merrier, and of course the more subscribers also the bloody merrier. In fact, let's get right down to it. KoreanArmy, in fact, also another high-ranking player fighting for the 1st Infantry Division, and damn malicious mouse fighting for the Panzerlehr. Yes, indeed, once more for the Panzerlehr. The unit apparently concocted by Guderian himself, basically composed of the most elite instructors, veterans around different training units across Germany, and equipped with the best things. In fact, they were equipped even better than the SS, which says something, actually. Barracks going up here for KoreanArmy again, sort of the usual business, heading towards here. Dual pioneers on the Wehrmacht quarters, going for the MG42. I mean, in some sense, that's of course what we saw previously with damn evil vicious mouse in another game. Of course, question is, will be going for a pike, or will be going for something else to support it? All depends. Also, there's been some, a bit of rumor mongering here as of late on Company of Heroes 2, Bit of an article in PC Gamer, which you can actually access. Try looking at the Company of Heroes official forum. There you can find a link to it. Basically, it's a guy who says he's, sort of gotten the indication there's a lot of World War II stuff going on at Relic Entertainment, something involving Company of Heroes. Silly, yeah, I know, but apparently it's a very credible source, so it's probably likely. I mean, I can't completely argue for the veracity of the source, but, I hear it's very credible, and plus, of course, it's now led to, in fact, a lot of other sites catching on. I mean, not just a little site, but, GameSpy, Kotaku, Rock, Paper, Shotgun, which is rather the one I frequent the most. So, I mean, quite a bit of action going on there. Lots of attention all of a sudden. Of course, a lot of people, going, we want Company of Heroes 2, and well, by golly, I have to agree with him. I want Company of Heroes 2. I mean, Company of Heroes 1 is great, but, I'm sort of the chap that always wants improvement. And, I can't just sit back here and feel, well, Company of Heroes is the best. There must be something that can always be done. Something, plus we can always get another front, Eastern Front, North Africa, Italy, the Ardennes. Never mind that the Eastern Front could be considered in several parts with all, again, very different sorts of fights. I mean, that's the exciting bit about World War II. And trouble is, most games have never really gone into very great depths of it. That's the sad part. It's just all Normandy, and then everybody forgets about everything else. But nonetheless, here we go. Incredibly bold move by damn evil vicious mouse. He's basically snug up his MG42 right here, going for the Semois pin, as it is known. Within 3 minutes, he's already gone for that, and he's just been able to basically infiltrate his way, avoiding every rifleman team, and now in fact going to cut off the point. He does look like he has some false grenades moving into support, but this is really incredibly bold. This is, I can't even begin to describe how bold this actually is. This is really, the stuff of Panzerlehr or the Waffen-SS. Also, fun fact about the Panzerlehr by Normandy, it was actually also field testing a brand new series of uniforms. Of course, we might not be seeing that, but again, that's sort of the interesting bits. Volkswagen is moving up here to cover the MG42, pulling alongside the wall. Rifleman moving in, second rifleman team moving in. This could easily end up very badly for the forces here. MG42 setting up, hoping to perhaps catch some rifleman. Pioneers taking losses down here in the south. Oh dear, oh dear. Volkswagen is firing on MG42. Rather realizing it's pointing in the wrong direction, begins turning mount, swiveling about with its Lafayette mount, I believe it's called actually. And there we go, catching some riflemen right in the arc of fire. Oh dear, rifleman going down. Heavy losses, 4 men down. This 5 men flanking the MG42. Volkswagen is holding on. Riflemen getting, oh dear, suppressed. No, they're not getting suppressed, but Volkswagen is moving in. MG42 retreating, leaving behind only some Volkswagen who might also want to consider retreating. And now only one team of Volkswagen is ready to hold the line in the name of the fatherland, pulling into the church, screaming sanctuary, sanctuary, or possibly not, just screaming, we got there first, you damn Yankees. And of course, once more realizing that the church is not a very good position to fight from as infantry. I'm not entirely sure why. Probably could have just because otherwise this would be simply too much of a no-brainer as a choice. I mean, otherwise you can pretty much cover everything in this village, which of course might be a bit of an issue. Another MG42 ready. That means 2 infantry teams, 2 MG42 teams for our friend Korean Army. We are seeing 2 rifleman teams, some engineers, 3 rifleman teams so far. Nothing else as of yet. Of course, he's going to be spending quite a bit of manpower reinforcing those riflemen who took the beating of their lives. Well, the beating of what remained of their lives, I suppose. And riflemen moving out in the front. MG42 opening up. Hailstorm of fire. Catching them, of course, full retreat. Oh, for those riflemen. Others moving in. Airforce going to try to get into cover and trying to get the MG42 into the building, of course. An MG42 will always sort of work in a building with him with the fused windows. And looks, oh my goodness, already going for the aggressive bit. We are seeing grenades 5 minutes into the game, and Korean Army has gone for grenades. I mean, this is certainly something you mostly see from actually higher ranking players. You know, the grenade. I mean, the grenade is a potent weapon. I mean, the Mark II is, I mean, costs 25 munitions and is almost as potent as a bundle grenade. And it's certainly the dread of many a Wehrmacht player. Many. So certainly should not be underestimated. Engineers going for here, and this is really looking grim for damn evil vicious Semois. Korean Army proving to be even more vicious, possibly attacking from all sides, forcing them back. MG42 covering the retrieve path, although the MG42 crew is looking a bit worse for wear. Opening up on the riflemen, getting some pressed, and getting them running home. Volkswagen is moving in towards the north here. This is certainly a bit of a setback for damn evil vicious Semois. He's pretty much been ousted for this map. Of course, he has to pull back because the rifleman could flank through here, and of course he senses it and pulls back towards here, perhaps some cover, covering this strategic point, at least ensuring that he has a drop start-off point for any future offenses. Rifleman moving forwards with the MG42 sitting up behind the fence, and there we go, opening up on the riflemen, suppressing them just in time, and getting them a medic pack as well. So there we go, a small victory for the Wehrmacht and a larger mess. But at least he managed to preserve the majority of his units. Of course, he's also caused some damage. And of course, grenades, so he does know he has some time to sort of get things together again. Krieg barracks on the way for the Panzerlehr. Otherwise, Korean Army is really pushing onwards, taking as much territory as it can. Though I am noticing a highly contentious lack of mines. That is a bit of a missed opportunity, I think. MG42 sitting up here. Okay. Oh, wait, there we go. Mines going up. MG42 watching over here again. Using his MG42s to cover his advanced stop-off point for every sort of thing so they don't get ruined. Volksgrenadiers and riflemen facing off here in the north. Riflemen going in against the Volksgrenadiers. Grenade going off against the Volksgrenadiere. Forcing them back into the hedges. Into the shrubbery. One goes down for the other side. Who shall win this? And the riflemen win this, and then they also retreat, interestingly enough. Krieg barracks is up. What will be getting out there for damn evil vicious Semois? Korean Army solidifying his goal, going now for the supply yard. MG42 sitting up to cover this point, while the other one's still covering this area. Volksgrenadier is ready, pulling back towards the ditch, and then getting ready again. Not a lot of mines here. Ooh, awfully close to that mine, MG42 gun, and there's a mine there by Korean Army here. Certainly has been a bit busy mining. What we like to see, although he could probably be trying to place it closer to here, and not closer to this sort of choke point, and of course closer to the negative cover. I mean, that could really be nasty, you know, you run in here and then, boom, a lot of people dead. But sadly not a lot of mines either from Korean Army, and there we go, Volkswagen has hit the mine. Only suppressed, and looks like another attempt for mining by Korean Army, but the MG42 covering the Volkswagen as they advance. And again, that's certainly a nice tactic, you know, again, using an MG42 and other heavy machine guns to sort of cover the troops, provide overwatch. And of course, damn evil vicious Semois, rather realizing he might be in a bad spot, going for the bunker. Probably going to get that for a medic bunker again to sort of support his efforts, and pretty much figuring, well, I'm going to get a lot of wounded, I might as well get a medic bunker up. And of course, generally a medic bunker is unless you place it really badly, always a good bet for the Wehrmacht. I mean, as long as you have some infantry, it's always going to pay off. Of course, it's not a fully no-brainer, but, you know, I'd certainly not argue against it as long as you know where to place it. That's my rule of thumb there. Pack 38 advancing. And M8 on the way, I suspect, or the T-17. Could be a half-track, though you rarely see those, sadly. I mean, they're not bad, but, you know, most people prefer the M8 because, for example, it can just do more havoc. I mean, it's as simple as that. The M8 is just, well, the M8. Rifleman moving through here, could be flanking, and there we go. Although the Volksgunners get off a good hit there on the rifleman, dropping one, and the Americans don't really seem to pick him up again. No medic stations for Korean Army. Some Volksgunners moving through there. Looks like riflemen are getting ready to counter-attack. No tree ascent. Oh, there we go. Never mind. Riflemen going in after the pioneers. The Pioniere pulling back. Rifleman pulling slightly away, and the M8 moving in, charging forwards. Oh dear, this could be a bit of a mess, but no. Either he sensed it or something else, I don't know. He could, of course, have heard it. You can usually hear such things in the fog of war if you're unattentive, but running straight into the Pack 38 Panzerabwehrkanone, blasting away, and the M8 gracefully maneuvers about, but the M8 seems to be turning him out, and the M8 again rather realizing he doesn't want to run right into the frontal gun there. I'm not entirely sure what he's doing. Oh dear, and running straight in front of all of this, and one other hit and out of control. Oh dear, got a bit lucky there, only 2 kills. Volksgunners sniper out for damn evil vicious mouse. Actually, no kills forced away by the rifleman. That was a bit unfortunate. Korean Army pushing onwards. That lost M8 was certainly a bit of a blow. Grenadiers on the way for damn evil vicious mouse. Could salvage that half track or that armored car. Why do I insist on calling it a half track? I have no idea. No idea at all. But Grenadiers ready, Volksgunners ready, and let's go have a look at Korean Army, who is going for armored doctrine. He has field repairs, which actually means he's probably not going down the path of the Calliope. He's actually going for the Pershing, which is already making this a lot more interesting. And here's something to be very, very careful about: placing your unit close to your own mines. I mean, one errant grenade, one mortar round or something like that, and all of a sudden you're staring down in a lot of dead men as that mine goes off. And here we go, this could be it. No, the MG42 pulls away just in time before any grenades goes off, cooking off the mine. And the riflemen themselves closing off that mine. Grenadiers being scorched, grenades getting lobbed at them, but misses. Oh dear. Grenadiers pulling back away from the riflemen, grenading the engineers themselves. Another M8 moving in. Grenadiers out in the middle of the road. Medic getting killed. Another break on the Geneva Convention. And another medic down. There we go. MG42 opening up. And there we go. The mine goes off, killing several. I mean, that was 5 units down. Quite the benefit for just 25 munitions. I mean, that's again one of the beauties of the mine. Sometimes it does nothing. Other times it does quite a bit. M8 opening up. Oh dear, he actually hadn't upgraded with armored skirts as yet. That was very bold by Korean Army. But then again, boldness, the willingness to take risks can sometimes, you know, win your game. I mean, sometimes, you know, it's a mind game with your opponent besides just the actual game. Grenadiers laying down barbed wire, M8 charging forwards. Grenadiers out in the negative cover plus, laying down and doing work means they're very much easy to hit in terms of being targets. Apparently, though, they are surviving. Pack 38 moving forwards to deal with this. Still not scavenged that M8. And the M8 circling about. MG42's firing away gracefully, and the M8 gets hit by the Panzerabwehrkanone. As for some wondering why they went for the smaller ones and also cleaning the 57mm gun, even though the fact they were sort of getting outphased at this stage of the war. Oh dear, another M8 went down. Weapon support sensor up. The basic bit is that, well, they're basically the ones that are easiest to maneuver about. The Pack 40 and the larger anti-tank guns in some cases required, you know, vehicles to actually move them about, and that was something not quite in Company of Heroes. And well, the Pack 40 could still be moved about, but still wasn't quite easy. Plus there were some other bits, I suppose it could be seen as that, you know, just simple sensibility in a sense. But men and pioneers dueling in the north. Sniper moving about. He's, interesting enough, not really been poked through. He's sort of been working on the flanks. Rifleman caught a bit out, but these folks going out as well. Rifleman taking heavy losses, need to retreat. Rifleman engineers pushing through here, forcing away the MG42. Moving in against the Volksgunners hiding in there. Oh dear, that could end up badly, and there we go. Volksgunner team is down. Grenadiers pulling away. A bit of back and forth.
Observation posts report we are losing.
And supply and upgrade number 1. This is nice to see.
It's ready. Construction is finished.
Sniper continues to fire away at the rifleman and continues to get run down by rifleman if he's not careful. But apparently the sniper has luck with him today and does not get shot in the back. Grenadiers ready, probably reformed from that medic bunker. No further veterancy for the Grenadiers. No support unit veterancy either. Ooh, this, oh dear, sets off the mine. Engineers and pioneers not liking this, and riflemen running into another mine. There's quite a bit of good mining there by damn evil vicious mouse. And riflemen lobbing a grenade at the Volksgunners, and the Volksgunners run out the window, the other door as soon as they can. So good move there. Grenade didn't do much. Riflemen running for their lives, and looks like Korean Army has got a medic station up of his own. He does have that weapon support center, but doesn't seem to be achieving much. He's bleeding a bit too much manpower, sadly. Damn evil vicious mouse really keeping up the rate of attrition, really making it much harder for Korean Army to really assemble a response to all of this, to really try and grab the initiative after they lost those 2 M8s. Medics under fire, German troops responding and returning the favor. Volksgunners is forced away, Grenadiers also pulling away, north reasonably within American control, south not as much. I do believe it's time for the mid-game analysis, yes indeed. Excitement, excitement. Currently it's not looking too well for Korean Army. He's taking a few too many punches. He didn't have quite the success he probably hoped with the M8s. And he's also been lacking in munitions, which was probably rather where he hasn't got a lot of mines up, which probably could have helped him more in the longer run. Of course, he does have a medic station up now. That's good to see. Of course, question is, what will he do with that weapon support? A sniper could work. A mortar could also work, in fact. Question is, of course, what we will see. What will Korean Army sort of be attempting to sort of regain the initiative? I mean, armored cars probably won't work anymore. A mortar or a sniper could work, perhaps Browning automatic rifles, something, you know, to keep up the pressure even further on the German infantry could possibly break things through for him, although he's managed to force away there a bit. On the other hand, damn evil vicious mouse sort of needs to, you know, keep the line here. Laying down barbed wire is a good start. Of course, the medic bunker was also a good move there. Of course, he might consider getting more veterancy for his troops, or he might consider getting a Sturm Armory or a Panzer Command in the longer run. But let's go return to this. Let us see what they do. Let us see what they continue with. Engineers advancing. Grenadiers pulling into heavy cover. And the engineers are being forced away. And looks like another medic getting fired at, but looks like this medic actually makes it back home. I'm sure he shall be most pleased about that bit.
Mortar, ready. Mortar, here.
Oh, this is a very incautious sniper. He could get burned. But no, the MG42 covers him. And we are seeing veterancy 1 for the MG42. That's certainly where it does the most. For others, it just gives a bit of self-healing. But for the MG42, accuracy and reload sped up a bit. Small maneuver into the north by the Volksgunners and Grenadiers. And looks like we are seeing a mortar going up for Korean Army. The 60mm American mortar, basically there. company level weapon. The Germans had the 80mm mortar. The Americans also had an 80mm mortar, but that was battalion level. The Germans on the other hand had a 120mm mortar, which they basically just copied it from the Soviets directly. They hadn't tried to improve it or anything. They basically said, this works pretty great, let's just use that. Oh dear, mortar running into MG42 fire. This is less than fortunate. Rifleman though flanking the MG42 rifleman. Oh, engineers. Oh dear, this is a bit of a mess up. And the MG42 pulling away, getting grenaded. Oh dear, it does make it away. Mortar opening up. Grenadiers caught a bit there. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. These grenadiers need to get away. Getting burned, getting shot, rifleman getting sniped. Mortar rounds flying. Mortar actually advances. This is getting a bit dangerous. A bit too dangerous for my liking. Medics pulling in the wounded for Uncle Sam. And grenading the mortar, but the mortar looks like, yes, it just barely makes it out of there alive. The center area has been cleared. There's nothing much to cover it except a single MG42, and that could be assaulted. Well, wait, there's a mine covering there, so it might not work as well. Grenadier attempt to clear out the medic station has failed. As to the medic station's placement, it's not bad, you know, behind a building, not quite accessible. This one, not too well, but then again, it's rather safe, at least at this stage, safely tucked behind damn evil vicious mouse lines. More mines going down there. Again, mines are good if you can get away with it, of course, if you have the time. And of course, can be the trouble if you know you're feeling constantly under pressure, but again, you always try a bit, it helps. And Korean Army laying down mines himself. I'm wondering what's going to be buried in larger numbers in this cemetery by the end of this game. Mines or bodies? And then laying down some fresh mines themselves. BARs have now been equipped for Korean Army. Mortar advances once more. So far only one kill. Pioneers under fire, getting forced away. Did they finish the mine? I don't know. Grenadiers now moving forward as well. And looks like that mine is not finished. In fact, riflemen getting fired at. Grenades locked at the Grenadiers. One down. This MG could be in a bit of trouble. Yes, indeed. Mortar clears it out. Either Pack 38 too close to it either. Ooh, bad placement. Bad clumping up right there. Although again, sometimes you might feel you don't have the choice, but again, try to avoid. That could have easily have ended up a lot worse with that pack. Oh dear, that was just unfortunate luck. Mortar setting off a mine, doing quite a bit of damage to the American rifleman right there. Rifleman holding the line there against the Grenadiers, who are now reinforcing. It looks like defensive has been chosen for damn evil vicious mouse for the fatherland, extolling the virtues of holding the line, not one step back. And medics pulling in the wounded, mortar firing away. Oh dear, getting a Grenadier. 9 kills so far for this mortar. This is very nice. And 11 kills, killing 2 right on the... Oh, 12 kills. That mortar's really doing quite a bit there. Grenadiers caught out, and oh dear, the rifleman running straight into the MG fire. This is less bad, but now things are cleared, and of course the mortar can't fire away. Bit of skirmishing here in the north. Rifleman facing off against Grenadiers. Riflemen need to get away, though the R's are pressing them. They are simply outnumbered. Oh, Panzerschreck kills one diving behind the BAR. MG42 forced away. Sniper still hanging about, and yes, indeed, damn evil vicious mouse, rather feeling he has the sort of advantage here, has decided to push the issue, decided to push the advantage, and basically go for an Ostwind Flak Panzer, basically figuring, well, my opponent probably doesn't have any anti-tank assets, let me just catch him with his pants down. And doing that with an Ostwind is, you know, one of the more painful things you can do it. So the more painful manners to do so. Rifleman moving forwards, only one wounded, ready for another rifleman team. Pioneers, Volksgrenadiers charging forwards. Sniper bolts ready to provide a bit of support. Mortar opening up. Have apparently got sniped a bit there, so putting back behind the church for safety. Volksgrenadiers in the north with a BAR. And the first Ostwind Flak Panzer ready. The Ostwind didn't actually serve in Normandy as far as I'm aware, but then again, I'm a bit shaky on that one when it actually served. So I could be wrong on that, but they didn't serve in great numbers. More prolific was the Möbelwagen, which was a bit more of a boxy looking Flak Panzer, and of course there was the Gepard, which was basically based on the same thing as the Marder and the Hetzer. Rather than forcing away the Grenadiers in the north, good move there, keeping on to the victory points. Sort of actually pretty level in terms of victory points. Rather than getting stopped right there, mortar moving forward to try and get that MG42. Firing in the middle of the road. This could be a very good, nice spot to get mortared in. Right, MG42 covering the south, forcing away the engineers. And now the Ostwind moving in, supporting the push. Opening up. And the riflemen rather realize they are in a bit of trouble. They have absolutely no anti-tank assets. Against this grenade, all the Grenadiers doing no kills. Pioneers hitting a mine as they try to flank about. Riflemen forced away. Medics not finding any wounded to pull together. This is a bit of a problem for Korean Army, who was rather caught up in the infantry fight and then pulled into the Ostwind punch, I suppose you could call it.
Pioneer squad reports. Replacements have arrived.
So that was certainly a very clever move there by damn evil vicious mouse. A Panzer IV could certainly have done it just as well, but I rather feel again he could go for the Ostwind, because again he kept up the rate of attrition so well on Korean Army that he could, just go for an Ostwind and then really just pull the punch without having to worry about enemy armor. Of course, if, say, Korean Army had gone armor and gotten himself a Pershing, or might be going for a Pershing, of course, those Ostwinds could come to very short all of a sudden. But currently they are dominating the field. Grenadiers in the north, facing off against only one team of riflemen moving in towards the center engineers as well. Medic station could go down. Riflemen heroically sacrificing themselves. Question is, will there be any sticky bombs to support this? Apparently this, but the MG42 keeps that sorted out. A Pack 38 moving in just in case, or just to find a way at that medic station. Medic station goes down. Not a single team put together, and my goodness, I'm hearing we are heroes of the Reich. Are we seeing any Knights Cross? No. That was interesting. I could have sworn I heard Knights Cross, but there we go. Riflemen forced away. Heavy losses. Oh dear, another BAR drop behind. And now an American anti-tank gun is up, although it is a bit close. Riflemen up. Another medic station up. Grenades getting lobbed into the building. Oh dear. Does nothing though. Heavy damage to the Ostwind. Mortar gets a bit too bold, I feel. Though of course this could be a misclick. That is certainly not impossible. Pack 38 in trouble. This is a very bold counterattack by our friend here. Anti-tank gun advancing, but it is could end up unsupported. Full grenades moving in. Oh dear, the anti-tank gun has no support. The riflemen moving in towards the north. There is in fact nothing to protect the anti-tank gun, and the Fultz grenadiers are moving in. The anti-tank gun is now left on its own. The Fultz grenadiers are hunting it down. This could... Oh dear, riflemen are charging in, trying to save it. BAR in hand. They've lost the one. And register artillery now prepared. This anti-tank gun though is getting cleared out by the very determined Fultz grenadiers, and now the other anti-tank gun is flying support as well. Riflemen advancing, and the anti-tank gun is down. Second Ostwind ready. Will they be able to quickly recrew that gun? Because they will need to do so. And they might actually need a second one. Oh dear, Ostwind advances. Anti-tank gun. Open. No, it's not able to open up. It's at a bad angle, and the Ostwind quickly exploits that. Although the sticky bomb does go off on the rear. Anti-tank gun. Ooh, dear.
We have lost a unit.
A unit is lost, but the anti-tank gun gets cleared out once more. Quite unfortunate for Korean Army. And Ostwind is in fact still operational, now blasting away at the medic station, which has still not been able to pull together one rifleman team. This is absolutely unfortunate for Korean Army. Who's certainly been doing its best, and in fact has a veterancy 2 mortar team, but those Ostwinds simply caught him completely unawares, off guard. We're quite, and now we are getting the Knights Cross holders. Though I still wonder why I heard them. Could be my subconscious wants more Knights Cross holders, because now I like them, of course, with this sort of lovely little skin pack I'm using, which makes them look a lot cooler. So there we go, that certainly could be it. Rather than getting stopped by the Ostwind. Ostwind certainly proving to be quite the formidable threat, since there's absolutely nothing to stop them. And Korean Army does have the Pershing ready, probably had it for some time, but sadly hasn't gone for it. I perhaps feel he should have just waited for that. Damaged engine on the Ostwind. Of course, question is, will he be trying now for it? He has got an anti-tank gun. Should have gone for Pershing. I mean, the faster could have gone for one. I think he faster could have secured this area. But the second anti-tank gun ready. Determined to succeed where the first one failed. Also note this anti-tank gun is in fact a complete copy of the British 6-pounder gun. Since the Americans didn't actually have anything in that area, so they just looked at what the British had and took that. Trying to grenade the Grenadiers, but the Grenadiers swiftly avoid that. Oh, Rifleman! Oh, bugger! Ostwind absolutely slaughtered those Riflemen in seconds. That was terrible. Quite terrible. Another bunker going up here for damn evil vicious mouse. Pretty much just pushing advantage at this stage, just going onwards. And I hear a mortar. Could it be his own? No, that's the American one. And Ritterkreuz, Knight's Cross. And they hit one of the few mines left behind. That's not what you would consider good luck. But American mortar firing away. Perhaps something to clear out that anti-tank on any German defenses. Paving the way for the Pershing. And of course, there's a nice trick to actually clear out Bocage. You can use your anti-tank gun to actually attack the ground right behind it. So it actually fires at, so it actually hits the Bocage, and then you can actually sort of fire away at anything behind it. That's certainly something a lot of more experienced players do to basically clear out the Bocage, as it's certainly one of the cheaper methods as far as well. So keep that in mind. Of course, it's also not one of the stealthier ones, and certainly going to give away your intentions. But looks like the Knights Cross see this as a challenge, getting ready to attack through this narrow breach. There we go. Assault Ritterkreuz vorwärts. Going straight at the anti-tank and in fact assaulting it with daring and bluster. Assault rifles and lots of Stahlgranaten. One goes down. And pull out, but apparently this is enough for the Austrians. Yes, there we go. One hit and the anti-tank gun once more down. Sticky bombing it. The Ostwind. Damaged engine, and looks like a small expeditionary force into the south, but they're still in the MD-42. And lots of mines and barbed wire. Good solid defense right there. And Korean Army, let's go look at him. He can't get the Pershing now. Will he get the... Yes, there we go. Pershing M26. Will this be Korean Army's hero? Will it save his day? Will it turn the tide of the Krauts? Or will the German Panzerlehr score the victory today? Well, it would help you stuck to the road, Pershing. And there we go, moving in, and Ostwind fires away, rather realizing it's not really a match for a Ostwind. Looks like that is in fact a repair bunker, not a bad move. More stuff getting shot to bits. Not entirely sure what Korean Army is doing here. Moving in with this Panzerschreck. Nothing to support it. That seems a bit awkward. But I suppose there's a time for everything. Grenadiers still in a bit of trouble, getting squished beneath the treads. Panzerschreck hits and the Grenadiers are forced away. Other troops moving in to perhaps protect this while Riflemen are moving forward to retake the point for Uncle Sam. Others are getting ready here for something in the south. Mortar firing in support. Good maneuver there, supporting that little small force, ensuring the MD-42 can't do much. Of course, you could also just lay down some barbed wire and then let the charge with the flamethrowers, but there we go. And now the Pershing is moving in for the main course, but coming under fire from the anti-tank gun. And the Flugzeugabwehrkanone 8-8 is ready, and Korean Army rather realizes he's been beat with the Flak 36, the Flak 88. He is beyond redemption. And I've got a hiccup. God damn it. Well, at least it came now and not in the middle of the game. So, what can we learn from this? Well, of course, we saw that you don't, just because you've been beaten back to your base, you haven't necessarily lost. Of course, using the MD-42 to cover your advantage, Overwatch, good move there. Medic Punker certainly helped him. On the other hand, I'm not entirely sure if this was bad placement, but then again, it probably had more to do with just not having luck in getting back any wounded. although he could have probably done with it earlier. But good usage, of keeping up the pressure on Korean Army, keeping up the attrition. Good move on the other hand for Koreans to sort of try and break things quickly with grenades. It just didn't quite have the rate of success he had hoped. Not too good either with the armored cars. He probably shouldn't have been trying to move them through all these narrow streets. That would be my assumption of it. Of course, he probably could have done with more mines and more munitions, but again, that's a bit harder to judge, I feel. But nonetheless, hope you enjoyed this game. If you did, why not subscribe and tell your friends? And if you didn't, well, why not send in a replay of your own? This is Imperial Dancing. Cheers!